Welcome back, everyone. We're here with a brand new episode of Bring the Ruckus. It's your boy Theme. I'm here with my boy MG. How's it going, brother? What's the latest?
What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Just chilling. Another day.
Another day, another
A lot of good
dollar.
stuff going on. Excited to talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. A lot of craziness going on. Well, in the world in general, but a lot of craziness going on in the world of MMA. Let's kick it off with that last UFC card in London, man. That shit was crazy. That UK card. Woo!
Insane,
I feel like
bro.
Finally they have a fight night card outside of the Apex. You know, they've been since the pandemic started, they've been doing these fight night cards in the Apex in Vegas. And I think this was the first one that they did after they, you know, a lot of countries started lifting some restrictions. And yeah, man, that energy out there, these Brits are next level type of energy, man. It was great to see. The card was crazy, top to bottom. A lot of great fights, a lot of finishes, a lot of submissions. We got a new heavyweight contender. What's his name? Aspinall.
Yeah, Tom Aspinall.
Tom Aspinall. It looks like there's a lot of dudes from Liverpool. A lot of fighters from Liverpool. And the most popular fighter out of Liverpool wasn't on the card, Darren Till. But we'll get back to him.
That's right. He's been training with Hamzat. Hamzat.
He's been training with is it Hamzat or Hamzat? Is the K silent?
Hamzat. I think it's Hamzat. Let's get it right. Hamzat. Yeah, it's Hamzat. And he's a beast, that guy.
Savage. But yeah, man, this card was crazy. They're planning to go back, I think, later on this year. So were there any fights that stood out to you?
The one that stood out is that up-and-coming guy, PADDY. What's his nickname?
PADDY the BADDY, PADDY PIMBLETT.
Yeah, the BADDY. That fight stood out. He took a punch in that fight, yo, and he's like another Conor McGregor. You know, he's drawing a lot of attention to himself.
Yeah.
He's, you know, and you know what? Listen, he did his due diligence. You know, stirring up the fight before the fight happening with social media. You know, his whole aura is really impressive. Like, you know, he's got that Conor star magnitude to him that I think, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But surprisingly, he didn't get paid much for that fight. I think it was just $12,000 to show up.
His perks was terrible. Yeah, I mean, I think he had some words about his contract. You know, he's actually he didn't co-main. He could have main evented or co-main evented that card, but they had him, I think, third to last fight on the card. But yeah, this kid has a lot of potential. You know, as soon as you see somebody with star power, you know, a European dude, they start comparing him to Conor. That's how these dudes from Liverpool talk. You know, they talk like that. I'm not even going to try to like imitate him, you know, but you know, like they talk with that thick accent. This kid has this look like he's fresh out of the Brady Bunch. To me,
yeah, dude, his look is
crazy. Like he's got this clean cut, fucking baby face with the fucking hair and shit.
Straight the hair that kills me, bro.
Straight out of the Brady Bunch. But the kid looks like he's got a lot of potential. I don't know if has he fought any like real? He was champion at was it Cage Warriors or one of those other smaller promotions. I think he was a champion there, and they brought him. I think
he was a champion in a smaller promotion. Now he's on the main circuit,
right?
And we just got to see. He's testing himself right now. Everyone he's gone up against, he's proven himself.
Yeah, he's proven himself,
and he's finishing fights.
Yeah. He knocked this. I think his last fight he knocked the dude out, and this fight he won by submission. He took this guy's back. I'm sorry, I don't remember his opponent's name, but
Vargas. It was Vargas. Kazula Vargas was his opponent.
So
for the fight in London.
But I think in the he's getting hit. You know, I mean, he's hittable. You know, you could see him throw some wild swings here and there, but you know, he's definitely got talent. Is he known more to be a striker or a grappler? or is he a bit of everything?
It's like he's a bit of everything right now. He's well rounded, you know.
So he hit this ill judo toss, man. Like that's what, after that was when he took over the fight, because the fight was actually even up until that point, and I think they were caught up against the fence, and he hit this crazy judo throw, this trip. I don't know what the name of it is. Don't even bother asking me. You know, they have these they have these Japanese names, you know.
Right.
But after that, you know, it was pretty much done. He took the dude's back. He worked in that choke. You know, it was more of like a crank at first, like over the jaw, you know. But then I think he was able to get it underneath the chin. And after that, it's a wrap. You know, he's probably got a strong choke. And that's it. It was over. And the crowd was just going bananas for this kid, man. His teammate who won earlier that night, that lady, what's her name?
Molly McCann too. Yeah.
Is her name McCann? Something
her
like
name,
that. Is it Molly McCann? I think something like that. Sorry if I'm butchering your name, but yeah. So, she won her fight by spinning elbow. That shit was crazy.
Yes, that was nasty.
Spinning elbow and
knockout of the year. One of the contenders for this year.
That girl was out cold, man. I actually felt bad seeing that. But
that was sick. That spinning elbow was nasty. Yeah, nasty.
So they're apparently they're teammates. They train out of the same camp. But yeah, man, that card overall was crazy. Co-main event. Who was the co-main event? Was that Gunnar Nelson? Gunnar Nelson fought in that fight.
Gunnar Nelson was on the card. He won also. He won by submission, I believe, in that fight.
But who was the co-main? Who was the co-main event?
The co-main event?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
But that fight was the main card was Aspinall, and underneath Aspinall was Santos versus that other these names, man. These names are hard to pronounce.
Santos
Akalava, whatever his name was. That was a good fight too. He the other guy won by decision though.
Okay. Oh, that was a decision.
Wait, I'm sorry.
But Gunnar Nelson, you know, he's been
no, I'm sorry, I got it wrong. I was thinking about the other fight. It was Dan Hooker. Remember, it was Dan Hooker versus Arnold Allen, and Arnold Allen won.
Yes,
yeah, I was thinking about the other fight before that.
That dude, Arnold Allen, is no joke too. Another guy I think he's from Liverpool too, man. All those motherfuckers are from Liverpool.
Dude, and he won the first round. His combinations, I thought he was gonna gas out. Dude, it was insane. He brought it. So that fight was sick.
So I think Dan Hooker moved down from lightweight to 145 to take that
featherweight bout. It was a featherweight bout, right?
So what do you think, man? What's next for him? Because he's on a skid right now. He's losing some tough fights, and he moved down to try to break into a new weight class, and he got finished. You know what I mean? So it's not looking too good. He was on a roll at one point, but he's been losing these past few fights. I don't know if maybe he's taking them too frequently back to back, and maybe he needs to take some time, readjust.
If you're telling me that he dropped down weight, I don't think the weight cut's good for him then to go into this division. You know, maybe he's dropping too much weight and he's not accustomed to his body's not doing him any good, man.
The weight cut is not doing his body. Yeah. Well, but I don't think, there's fighters out there, if they go on a skid, the UFC will cut them. I don't think Dan Hooker is one of those fighters. He always brings it. He always puts on a show. He's got highlight reels for knockouts and shit like that. So I just think he needs to take some time, readjust, and build up to another fight maybe later in the year, towards the end of the year. And I would say go back to 55. But what the fuck do I know? I'm not his coach. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're right. Listen, I agree with you. I think you're right. He needs to just take a step back, reassess everything, talk to his coaches, and see what's next for him. Because right now he needs to heal. He needs his body to heal right now. He's taking on too many fights. He needs to just take a step back and reassess his game plan and see what's next for him. Because if he's going to stay at that weight division, then focus, find out what could have caused. What went wrong in that fight. Because that Arnold dude, that was bad. That fight was nasty, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that card was a very
It was exciting. It felt like a pay-per-view.
Yo,
Right?
and I know
like
it wasn't a pay-per-view, and it was yo, dude, that even after the
that
fight,
stadium was electric. That's what I'm saying. The crowd out there was just some next level shit, you know?
It's crazy. And then the chick, she won. Dude, it was a great fight, man.
So
yeah, Molly McCain. Molly McCain.
Molly McCann, yeah.
McCann. Yep.
So yeah, you know what I like about, so you know what I noticed when they do cards in Brazil or like in Europe, this is just my theory. They tend to be a little more exciting because not as many American fighters and less wrestling. You're gonna have wrestling, but if you notice, like the Brazilian cards, action-packed, striking, jiu-jitsu, well, you don't see a lot of wrestling. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's just my I guess my perception of it. These UK cards, you don't see a lot of, you just see motherfuckers going for knockouts and submissions, but you don't see a lot of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I hear what you're saying. And also like, listen, these countries, Brazil, London, all these outside of the US, I think that it's also like the audience too. You could tell like the energy, it's like, you know, it's electrifying. Like you said, dude,
yeah,
that stadium was dope.
They're loyal. They're really loyal to their fighters. Over here, we will boo just about anyone. Oh, you know, they'll boo just about anyone. But we got some, you know, strong talent out here. Not to say, you know, I think most of the champions are American. Well, I mean, like lately, no, because you got 3 Nigerian champions.
Yeah, you got,
you know
yeah, exactly.
So there you go. You got Francis at heavyweight, Usman at welterweight, and then you got Izzy at middleweight. So
middleweight.
So there you go. 3 champs from Nigeria. I mean, you know, not specifically Nigeria. Some of them, you know, Izzy's from New Zealand, but he's Nigerian background.
Right.
Kamaru and stuff like that. But Francis is from Cameroon, which is, I guess, in the vicinity of Nigeria. Sorry, I'm not good at geography. Somewhere in the vicinity, but they all represent Nigeria. So yeah, man. So our champions are so there was a point where we had a lot of American champions. You know what I mean? Like John Jones. Oh
my God, that's,
you know, you go up and down the weight classes, and you'll find some. But yeah, it's an exciting time, and this year's already starting off with some really great fights, and we'll see what's next. But you know, speaking of that, like we could talk about what's going on outside of the octagon, because there's
the news outside. Well, obviously we got the inside, and then we got the outside.
There seems to be a lot of drama following some MMA fighters, man.
Dude, it's a lot of drama right now. What the Colby and Jorge fight? That was over and done with. It was a decision.
Colby not dominated. Let's keep it real. You know, we were pulling for Jorge. We wanted Gamebred to win.
Doubt.
The King of Miami, but you know, King of Miami versus the fake King of Miami.
but they had a rematch outside the ring at the Pappy Steakhouse.
It was more of a street, you know, ambush. But you know, listen, you know, I'm hearing a lot of things from both sides. You know, I'm going to ask you for your take. What do you think? Do you think it was justified? Do you think Colby had it coming for running his mouth? Do you think Jorge crossed the line by taking it to the streets? Because now he's got like a case pending. You know, they release him on bail. They release him on bail. So yeah. What do you think?
My thoughts on that. Listen, Colby, like Khabib said, you know, a fight's a fight, but when you start to talk about family and you start bringing personal life into the mainstream media, then you're crossing those boundaries. And if you're going to cross those boundaries, then you have to deal with the consequences that come with that, especially when you talk about his kids.
Yeah,
dude, that's open door. And listen, Jorge is a street dude.
He's a goon.
He's a goon. You can't fuck with him, man.
I mean, he came from street fighting.
He
like,
bare knuckles. That's what he did. That's what he fought with Kimbo Slice.
Backyards, brawls with Kimbo, man. So, you know,
so listen,
you're gonna talk that shit, you're gonna have to back it up if you know.
And it's a different when you're fighting in the street than you're fighting in the cage.
Right.
So it's a total different game plan. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Anything goes outside in the streets. So listen, Jorge could have been, you know, he could have caught him differently, not to have all that, you know, listen.
I feel like I kind of like he snuck up on him.
I think he ran up on him. I think he found out he was at the restaurant. He ran up on him, and he caught him off guard, and he punched him like a couple of times. I heard he caught him like 2-3 times, and chipped his tooth.
This is why I don't like tagging my location, man. Like, I mean, you know, it's like people like to tag their location where they're at. You know, post that shit later. You know what I mean? So they posted their location, and Jorge got wind of it. He said, "All right, cool. I'm gonna go take a ride down there and go see this guy."
Insane. But you know what? The you know, and then listen, it's crazy. So now he got arrested. He's got charged with aggravated battery and criminal mischief.
Well, Colby pressed charges.
Yeah, he could face 1 year in prison. Come on.
Colby pressed charges, but he didn't have to though. So he ain't about, he's not about that life. He was all talk. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna resolve it outside of the cage, then you don't press charges. You try to, go get him back for what he did. Like, I think he knocked one of his teeth out.
Now he chipped one of his tooth out or knocked it out. I think he should. Khabib went to social media and he wasn't happy with how Colby handled that. And especially talking about the kids and family. Khabib is he doesn't like crossing the line when it comes to family. So
well, I mean, he had his share of that with dealing with Conor.
I know.
You know what I mean? So
send me location. Send me location.
Send me location. Yeah, so we got that. I mean, we spoke a little bit about the Cain Velasquez thing last time. Wishing him the best. Hopefully he gets a good team of lawyers to help him through this mess that he's in. He should not have to do life in prison, man. That really sucks.
That's so sad, bro. They denied his bail. That's crazy.
Denied his bail.
He's got all those charges pending, attempted murder. His next court date is April 12th. People are disgusted, bro, man, and rightfully so with the criminal justice system. Listen, it's sad, man.
Yeah.
I definitely like you said.
The pedophile gets to walk. Or I mean, he's probably got a case pending too, but he's out on bail.
Yeah, he's out on bail. He's roaming the streets. Listen, just sending prayers to his family, sending him support. # free Cain, man. That's all we could do. Just keep putting it out there, letting the media know that we're supporting him. And I know the judges are. There's a lot of media coverage and a lot of people are supporting him. So that's a positive thing that they have to take into consideration. Because listen, hey. We're parents, sometimes, God forbid, you think about something like that and you're like, what would I do? It's like, you don't know what you would do, man. Nobody knows until they're in that situation, and listen, a lot of people say some people, it's fight or flight,
It's fight or fight.
Without a doubt.
So speaking of getting into shit outside of the cage, somebody else, your boy Conor, got into some shit. So apparently he was driving reckless. I wonder if he was on that proper 12 or was he like, I think they would have said he would have got hit with a DUI though.
They tested him at the precinct and he said he's apparently he was heading to the gym.
Right.
He was driving reckless, dangerously
fast.
driving in Dublin.
Yeah.
And he just got pulled up. I think there was fans recording him. And they got some footage of him driving next to him. And then all of a sudden the cops were behind him. He was driving that $1 million Rolls Royce or whatever it was. And they pulled him over.
Damn, bro. But I mean, that's a slap on the wrist. Nobody got hurt. You know what I mean? It's just a headline. But speaking of Conor, he's talking about wanting to get a title fight with Kamaru Usman at 170. And I think we spoke on this a little bit. Like, that's a little bit out of your lane, bro. Like, I don't know. You
Yo,
got
dude,
better
he needs.
chance at 55, but you barking up the wrong tree, trying to fight Kamaru
And if
Usman.
they give him that fight, it's all because of money, you
Mhm.
know. And you know, for him to skip, you know, people in that division, it's a slap in their face. That'd be fucked up.
So here's a quote.
Yo,
I have a quote from Conor. It says, "I believe versus Kamaru Usman for the 170-pound title for my comeback is a one. I'm eyeballing at the minute, and I feel confident against Usman. A jab-happy, sloppy, orthodox wrestler with no submissions whatsoever. What's he gonna do? Where's the danger here? I don't see a danger with him." Yeah, you gotta appreciate his optimism. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, without a doubt. Yo, but the funny thing was when all this going on too, did you hear about what Nate Diaz tweeted?
He tweeted a bunch of shit. I have one tweet here. Oh no, but Nate yeah, he wrote I don't know if this is the tweet you're talking about, but he wrote, "All you UFC fighters need to stop getting arrested for stupid shit. You're acting like animals, irresponsible little kids. Get your shit together. Drive safely,
That's the tweet I'm
please,
talking
and act
about.
right." Fuck.
Yes,
Fucking
he
Nate
slams
Diaz.
Conor and Jorge. I love that tweet, bro.
Yo,
Look
he
who's
just like,
talking.
yeah, he's
the
just,
irony.
Nate is just like, he likes trolling them. Like he likes kicking them when they're down. You know, he'll say
Dude,
some funny
hilarious.
shit.
That was a great tweet, bro.
Yeah,
That was a good one. Yeah, that's the
that
exact
shit-
one I was talking about right
that shit
now.
was funny, man. But yeah, man. So some action inside the cage and outside the cage. What's next? The next big card.
April 9th, UFC 273.
Oh wow. Where at?
Monster.
Where at?
Monster card. That fight, where is it at? That fight is
it in the States or is it in Fight Island?
Jacksonville, I believe. Yeah, it's
in Florida.
In Florida.
Okay.
At the Veterans Memorial Arena, Jacksonville.
They've been doing a lot of cards there.
Dude, the main card is bananas, dude. You already know. 2 title fights. Yo,
run through the list. Run through the list.
So for the main card, you got Alexander Volkanovski fighting the Korean zombie.
Chang Sung Jung. The Korean zombie.
Co-main event is the rematch with Aljamain Sterling versus Peter Yan.
Okay, no more excuses. The winner of this is an undisputed champ. No more bullshit. You know, whatever.
Yep. We got that's a must.
This last fight has an asterisk on it, so this one is going to make it official. So I'm hyped for both.
Without a doubt. And then the one of the fights I'm dying to see on this card is Gilbert Burns versus Hamzat Shammai.
That could be
undefeated.
That could be a headline on its own card. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying, man. That fight alone, especially all the buzz that Hamzat is getting, especially with his training partner Darren Till, the two of them
they're BFFs.
Superstars right now.
They're BFFs now.
They're like Colby and Masvidal.
Before they call beef.
Before the drama.
Yeah. But the thing is that they fight at the same weight class. So I guess eventually, you know, if there's a title shot involved, they might have to cross paths, which might
I think they're okay with that, if I'm not mistaken.
They said they're okay with it, right? If it came to a title shot. Okay. It makes sense.
It's business, you know?
Yeah.
You're in the cage. Yeah. And then there's the fight with Mackenzie Dern and Tashia Torres, I believe that's her name.
Mackenzie Dern and Tisha Torres. Ooh, that's a good fight.
That's a good fight.
Is that at strawweight?
Strawweight bout. That's a strawweight bout. You're right.
115.
Yep, strawweight.
That's a good fight, man. Mackenzie Dern's got some submissions. I mean, she's a jiu-jitsu world champion. But she's developing her hands. You know, she's developing her hands.
That's a really interesting fight. And then the first one on the main card is Kevin Gastelum versus Imavov. You know him? I'm not familiar with him. Ivanov.
We'll get his name right.
Yo, dude, his name Nasardine Ivanov. Something like that.
Okay.
I'm butchering his name. I really am.
This is at where's Gastelum?
Well, middleweight.
Oh wow, yeah.
That's a middleweight.
Okay, so Kelvin hasn't fought in a while, right? He hasn't fought in a while.
This is middleweight. Yeah, and Kevin's on a
He's like he wins one, he loses one, right?
Yeah, the other dude is Russian. He's a Russian fighter.
That's a good fucking card.
Dude,
Definitely
it's a monster card, bro. I can't believe it. You know, this 273 is
that just goes to
there have
show
been some great cards, man. This is only the first quarter. Oh, no, that's gonna be in the second quarter because April's already the part of the second quarter. First quarter is done with, which they had great cards. Now entering the second quarter of the year, they're having another great card starting out the gate.
That just goes to show Jorge Masvidal's drawing power. But remember, we were talking about how his 272 was no title fights, and the card was, you know, it was cool.
It was all right. It was good. It was a good
but
card.
It wasn't stacked like this card.
No, this one's a stacked card. This one from
two belts.
And there's the 2 title belts too.
Yeah,
you know,
they
put it all on this one. And then the card before that, the London card was great, dude. It's they're on a streak right now.
Yeah. Oh, I got a phone call. Hold on a second. I'm gonna have to pick it up later.
That Dana White, tell him we said what's up.
Yo, Dana, I'll hit you back. I hit you back. Hold on a second. We'll have to.
Yeah, we should do that. We should have calls come in and we act like it's one of the fighters or somebody.
Yeah. All right, Dana. All right. Well, you booked me on the flight to Vegas. Cool. I'll be there tomorrow.
Oh, DC. I got you, DC. All right, no problem. Well, I'll mention that next time. All right, later. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
We do it infrequently. See how many people pick up on what we're doing.
Oh yeah.
Hello, Dana. Oh, they're gonna cancel that bout? Oh, thanks. All right, later. Dumb shit like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. So we kind of glossed over Aspinall because he beat who did he beat? Volkov, right? Was it Volkov? That tall heavyweight? Alexander Volkov?
Heavyweight. Yeah.
He won by submission. I think it was like a straight arm lock from like half guard. He says he's good with that. He's good with that submission. And he doesn't look like a huge heavyweight.
He doesn't look,
To me, he could look like a light heavyweight.
That's what I thought he was when I saw him fighting. I didn't know he was. I didn't realize that was a heavyweight bout. I thought he was a light heavyweight.
He called out your boy Tai Tavasa.
Yes,
he did. That's gonna be a dope fight. They need to book that one next, and then the winner of that gets a shot at Francis. You know what I mean? That'll be dope because, you know, as much as everybody's scared of Francis' knockout power, but Aspinall, if he has submissions, we haven't seen really a submission artist heavyweight go after Francis. So this could be a new level of threat for him.
Do you know anything if Francis signed a contract? I haven't heard anything yet. That's been quiet.
Yeah, they haven't mentioned anything, but, you know, I haven't seen anything on social media. So I'm hoping that, you know, they find a way to keep him on.
They need to.
Yeah.
He's a big draw now, you know?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, so UFC 273 looks crazy. You know, I can't wait. So that's in April. Are there any fight night cards in between that?
No.
So there's going to be a couple of weeks of no fights.
No, because it's next week, next weekend, not this weekend. It's next weekend.
Right. So
they don't have any. There's no fight nights this weekend.
Okay.
Not that I know of. I'll check.
Yeah, well, Dana needs time to get his voice back because he had lost. Yeah, he was doing interviews after that fight, after the UK card, with like no fucking voice. He had like laryngitis.
No, I'm sorry. There is a fight night card. I'm sorry. There's a fight night card this Saturday.
Who is it?
It's Blades versus Tagus, whatever his name is. Yeah, that's the next fight. It's this Saturday. I'm sorry.
That's not who's in that card?
In Columbus. And in that card, for the main card is Curtis Blades versus Chris Tagus. Then you have Joan Wood versus Alexa Grasso. Matt Brown, he's fighting.
I heard Matt Brown wants to fight like 8 more fights or some shit.
Oh, he's insane.
No, he wants like a new contract. He says he sees himself, he's gonna be the oldest fighter in the UFC roster. Hey, all power to him. I mean, he's a savage, but you know,
He is.
there's only so much your
He's gonna
body.
be like the next Randy Couture.
Yeah, there's only so much your body could take. You know what I mean?
And listen, he's been through some battles. It's not like, you know, he's not a walk in the park. You know, this guy could take a punch, and you know, he's got a gas tank too. You know, so I don't know. 8 fights, that's too many fights. Even 3 fights is a lot in a year for these fighters. You know, I don't know how some of these guys do it. Listen, if they don't get touched that much, then yeah, I could see them taking on more fights if they're able to finish them in the first round without getting touched, submission or whatever, you know, if they come on top. But yeah, some of these guys, the abuse they take, it's, you know, their health is important, man. They got to take care of their health.
Yeah, and then Matt Brown, you know, he's not a technical fighter. Like, he likes to get at it and brawl. He's a brawler. He's a tough, he's tough as fuck, but you know, let's see how long, you know, how long he could hang in there with these guys. I mean, he's fighting the cream of the crop, the young gunners. Yeah,
the new breeds. These are new breeds coming in here. Different, man.
Yeah, man. Got to watch your back with these youngsters. So what else is going on?
That's this Saturday, and then the following weekend is the main UFC 273 for now.
273. Yeah, we got some good fights coming up, man. But I just got to say that we got to say one last time that UK card was bananas. Love the energy. What I like doing is like the exciting fights. I like to replay them, you know, because once the card is done. Oh no, as each fight goes, you could rewatch just that fight on ESPN Plus. Like, you don't have to fast forward through the whole card. You could just click on that fight and see it.
Oh, you know what without I mean? A doubt.
Yeah, so if you notice, it gives you the timestamp. So if it's anything like 9 minutes, 10 minutes, you know somebody's getting finished, right? If it says like 20 minutes, then you know it might be a go to decision.
Right. Gotcha.
I like clicking through the short ones to see who the fuck got finished.
No, you're right.
You know, but
crazy. Listen, after 273, 274 is gonna be another stacked card in the works as well. So
yeah,
dude, that's gonna be sick. I'm not sure when that is, but that's gonna be Charles Oliveira versus Justin Gaethje.
Ooh.
And it's gonna be a 2-title fight too. It's gonna be Rose versus Carla Esparza.
Oh yes, well they have history.
Yep, and Michael Chandler versus Tony Ferguson are fighting. Those 3 fights alone.
That's a dope card. So Justin Gaethje. So here's what's gonna happen, right? Conor's gonna come in, and he's gonna fight in the main event against Kamaru Usman. No, he's gonna fight in the co-main event against Charles Oliveira for the lightweight belt, and then he's gonna fight in the main event against Kamaru Usman for the welterweight belt. He's gonna be the champ again, bro. First time in history. First time.
Can you imagine?
Conor McGregor.
Nah.
I mean, would you be surprised if he did put out a tweet like that? Give me 274. I'll take them all on. I'll fight in the main event.
I apologize to no one.
I'm the champ.
And that card is also going to be, that's just like 273 card. It's stacked. Shogun is fighting against St. Bruce.
Shogun? Holy shit.
Maurice Rua. And then Donald Cerrone's fighting Joe Lazo.
Oh, okay. So that's the battle of the old schoolers. Let's not call them old schoolers. Let's call them the pioneers. The pioneers. So you said Cowboy, Joe Lozon. Who else? You just said
Maurice Rua.
Okay,
he's fighting
Shogun.
Oven Saint Prier.
You're calling him Maurice. You know his name is Shogun. Come on.
Shogun.
Shogun is Mauricio Rua. Shogun, who is he fighting?
Oven Saint Preux.
Oh, he's fighting OSP. OSP is good. That's good. Those actually, you know, for some throwback fighters, those are some good matchups.
Nice matchups, man, I think.
Yo, you know who's been winning a lot? Well, I don't know if he won or lost his last fight. Jim Miller. He's been like on a tear. Remember Jim Miller?
I remember Jim Miller.
Yeah. I think he was like on the pad, like a couple of cards ago. You know how Jim Miller is like low. He's like, he sneaks past the radar. Like you don't really, like, but oh shit, Jim Miller's on this card and he's usually winning. He's still hanging in there. Speaking of the throwback fighters, the old schoolers, but
it's amazing how many fighters there are there in the UFC roster. You know what I'm saying?
And well, they cut a lot of fighters too. I think they have roughly about 500 or so, right? Because you got to think they have fighters from all over the world,
right?
You know what I mean? Like these UK fighters. I mean, fuck, man, these Liverpool. How do you call them? Liverpoolians. these Liverpoolers, man, they made out of something else, man. They got some different blood in them. They're just wild. They're wild. I love it. But Paddy Pimblett, he's gonna roll.
Great fights, man.
I want to see him up against like a top 15. You know what I mean? But I think somebody asked him that in the post-fight conference. He's like, not in this little contract. I'll fight a top 15 guy on my new contract. Like, kind of saying, my current contract ain't shit. Which, listen, if the guy has a buzz and he's selling tickets, better pump his, up his pay.
And dude, and then not only that, the country's behind him. You see the love he's getting,
Yeah,
he's gonna bring in the pay-per-view numbers, and that's what Dana wants. Dana likes that. He sees it already. He's not dumb. Dana sees the writing on the wall. He's got to take care of him. That contract has to, definitely got to make sense for him.
Guys like Sean O'Malley. You know what I mean?
That's another one. Yeah,
have star potential. You know what I mean? Izzy, obviously, the UFC has a good handful of like stars in the making. They just got to market them right. That's why I keep going back to Francis, man, because they have a really, he has a potential to be like Mike Tyson status if he just, if they build him up, they hype him up, he's knocking guys out left and right, and now he's showing his wrestling. They need to take care of that, man. I know.
Wasn't Mike Tyson in the news just recently also?
I heard some shit about, some dude pulled out a gun and Mike Tyson hugged him. Only Mike Tyson. Only Mike Tyson can stop a guy with a gun by hugging him. Come here, man. You don't need to do this. You don't need to do this. Just give me a hug. And stop it.
Come here. You gonna kill me? All right, that's fine. Give me a hug.
Yeah, man. So on that note, I think we covered some fun stuff. It was a fun episode, bro. I appreciate it always. And
without a doubt, brother.
So next time, guys, let's hear some shout outs.
Oh, yeah. So my boy Raymond Ceballos is fighting this Saturday. We're actually driving down to PA to go support him. He's fighting at Split Rock Resort. Okay. The fight, there's a lot of fight cards under Maverick 18. It's a Maverick MMA Promotions. We're going to be out there supporting him. We're going to be repping our brand, Respect the Tap. And we're hoping for a first round finish, either a knockout or submission. And my boy has always been, he's a finisher. He goes in there to finish. So yeah, big respect to Raymond, big shout out to him. And, he trains out of Henzo Academy and out of King's Combat Fitness in Forest Hills. So big shout out to everybody, man.
I heard of King's Combat. Yeah, well, this episode might air after the fight, but best of luck to him, man. We'll definitely be pulling for him. If you like I said, if you have the link, send it over. I'll check it out.
All right, you got it, brother.
All right, my bro. So next time, we'll get up and we'll speak before that, and that's it.
All right, brother.
Later.
Later, brother.
Peace.